So this is part 2 of the sealed bids example. Let's see if you finish this correctly. The missing step here, we technically call it remaining claims. I don't really care if you remember that phrase. It's the balancing act. So let's start with the easy person. Miter, she feels she deserves $11. At this point, what has she got? Nothing. So if she's going to be satisfied, she needs $11. Now, don't just write down 11. You got to follow the money. So either write gets or needs to show the direction of the money. She's going to get $11. Okay. And then let's look at Jack. Now, one thing that I didn't do before I turned off the video, I was thinking it, but I didn't do it. It might be worth you putting this down. You're going to give Jack the COVID and the unicorn, and I'm going to do that in just a second. How much did you give him? Look at how he values that. He's valuing that at $53. He's definitely going to be overpaid, okay? And I'm about to hand these things out to him. So, in fact, let me do that. I'm going to set this down. Okay. Here you go, Jack.
Thank you.
All right. Here you go.
Yes.
So, think about this here. Okay, I'm not showing this now. Let me make sure you can see this. Think about this. In his eyes, you just gave him how much worth of stuff? That's $53 worth of stuff. But what is his fair share? Only $21.33. So he's overpaid. Can you give me 53 minus 21.33?
$31.67.
$31.67. So do you think the other players are going to let him get away with that?
No.
No. So guess what? He is going to have to pay that difference of $31.67. And I will go and collect that from him in just a minute. Now, so count that money out, Jack. Just count out 32. You don't have any pennies, okay? Now, Becky, she's going to get the notepad. So let me put this down. Here's your notepad, Becky. All right. Now, is she satisfied yet? Well, she values that at 14, but she feels she deserves $19.67, so she's actually underpaid. You've got to give her more. And what can you give her? Just cash. So she's going to get the difference, which is $5.67. Okay? So now we're going to exchange the money. I'm going to be the banker. The first thing I'm going to do is collect $31.67 from Jack. All right, Jack, can you give me that money?
There's $32. You can keep the change.
Yeah. Well, this is essentially 32, but let's pretend it's 31.67. All right, now. Miter needs $11. Where do you think her $11 is going to come from? From Jack. Becky needs $5.67. Where do you think her $5.67 is going to come from? From Jack. This is where I would draw that surplus bucket, meaning the estate bucket. So if you want, you can draw a little bucket for a visual. Jack just put in $31.67. And I'm going to draw out 11 to go to Miter, and I'm going to draw out $5.67 to go to Becky. So let me do that. So, Miter, can you scoot behind Jack real fast so you can be in the camera? I need to give you $11. Jack, give me 2 10s instead. Or 2 5s and 2 10s. That's better. Okay. All right. Miter, there is your $11.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And Becky, here's your $5.67. Okay? So, do I still have cash in my hand? Oh, yes, I do. This is what we call the surplus. So how much, tell me, how much do I have in my hand? So you would have $31.67 went in. We took out 11. So that takes it down to $20.67, and then we took out $5.67. I should have $15 in my hand, okay? So let's check it out. And this is working out real nice. 5, 10, and then there's 5 ones. $15, that's the surplus. So notice the surplus on the chart doesn't have lines. Nobody gets all the surplus. And that's another mistake. We could choose to give the surplus to charity because at this point in time, remaining claims, everybody has got exactly what they deserve. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to split it up. Also, write the word gets here. Follow the direction of the money. Are they paying or are they receiving? So everybody's going to get $5. Okay? So let me do that, and as I'm doing that, you can figure out the final settlement. So here we go. And then this is where I'm going to need you to count how much money you have. There's your $5.
Thank you.
There's your $5. And
Thank you very
Miter,
much.
there's your $5. Okay? All right. Final settlement. Hey, look at Jack. Does he look like someone who can do his own addition subtraction? No. So you need to give Jack one number. And truthfully, when you do this, you don't have to change money until the very end if you don't want to. But we'll start with Jack. What does Jack get? Don't forget to tell him he gets the COVID packet and the unicorn. All right? So don't make him guess at what objects he's getting. So Jack gets the COVID and the unicorn bag. Okay, but does he pay money or get money? Well, he paid $31.67. But you saw me give him $5 back. It's like an instant rebate. So in the end, he only wound up paying the difference between the two, which is $26.67. Okay? So this is how you need to write your final settlement. Here's what you get, object-wise, and here's the money you pay. All right, let's do Miter. She's easy peasy. The only thing Miter got was cash. You gave her $11 here, and then you gave her $5 as a share of the surplus. So all told, she gets $16 cash. Okay? And notice where we look to figure out the final settlement. We look at objects awarded, we look at remaining claims, and share of surplus. That's what I did for Jack. Objects awarded, remaining claims, share of surplus. So let's do Becky. Becky got the notepads. Then I gave her $5.67 from the estate bucket, right? Then I went back and I gave her 5 more. So this is why it's so important. You have the word gets, so you know the direction of the money. So she gets the notepads. And make it clear here that she gets money. And she gets $10.67. Okay. Now, well, I don't have the space to show you everybody's, but we'll look at Miter's. Everyone at this point in time is oversatisfied. Think about it. Miter felt she deserved $11, so she would be satisfied if she got $11. What did she actually get? $16. She was oversatisfied by $5. Huh, have we seen that $5 before? That's the share of the surplus. The remaining claims, everybody's exactly fair. And then when you swing by and give everyone their share of the surplus, you're oversatisfying them. So if you looked at all these people here, both Becky and Jack, they're going to be oversatisfied by $5. Now, one other thing. Notice Miter got $16. I didn't have this information up for you, but Miter started with $70. How much money do you have now?
86.
86. There it is. She got $16. Okay. Jack had to pay $26.67, which I'm sure we rounded to 27, but he started with $64. How much money do you have now, Jack?
I have $37
37, okay?
or 36.
Yeah. Well, if you add 27 to 37, you get 64. Or if you take 64, subtract that 27, he's got 37, okay? Becky started with 59. How much money do you have now?
70.
70, so that's, she gained $11 there, and that was exactly what we gave her. Well, not exactly, but we just didn't cut up the money. So there it is. So you can see the change in money is consistent with this. The other thing is, what you should do to check your work, take the $16 and add to the $10.67. That's what Miter and Becky got. That's $26.67. Where's that money coming from? Jack, $26.67. The people who get money only get it from the people who pay money. So the people who pay money, when you total that, has to equal the people who get money, because that's where the money's coming from. So hopefully this helped. Not as good as doing it in class, but it was kind of fun. So
Yeah,
that's the end of this video.